Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. There is always more. Once again, it is your host, Nicole Segovia, and I'm so excited to be here. It is actually Tuesday, February 16th. I know that I normally upload on Mondays, but I decided to treat myself and I took my Monday off. I did have school, but I was able to get my schoolwork done before Monday, so I was able to take Monday completely off. However, I did have a volleyball tournament. I coach 12 and unders for competitive volleyball, and the youngest on my team I believe is 8, so I have anywhere from 8-year-olds to 12-year-olds. You can only imagine how fun that is. I'm also, Monday was actually pretty fun. I was only coaching, I want to say we had a game at 8, 10, and 11, so it wasn't a long day. It was actually pretty fun. They did really, really well. They actually succeeded my expectations, so that's pretty cool. We went 2-1, so they won 2 games and lost 1 game, so overall I'm very, very happy with them. Of course, as you guys all know, Sunday was Valentine's Day, so I just want to talk about a little bit of what I did on Valentine's Day. I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day. Whether or not you have a significant other, Valentine's Day to me is not only meant for that kind of love. It could be friendship, it could be getting flowers for your mom or dad, aunt, uncle, grandma, brother, sister, whatever. I know personally, I get gifts for my mom, boyfriend, of course, my brothers, and my grandma. I get my mom flowers, my grandma flowers, candy, chocolates, my brothers. This year I was at Safeway and they had those. Okay, so Safeway has good sushi, but Safeway for Valentine's Day had like sushi but in a heart. Like they put it in like a heart container, so it was super cute. And I was like, oh my god, my brothers love sushi, so let me get some for them, and they loved it, so it was cool. And then I got them some chocolates and things like that. So I just hope that you guys took advantage of your Valentine's Day and just either told someone you love them, showed them you love them, or either one of those things. I think it's important to remind each other that we are here for each other, that we love each other. And I always tell my friends, hey, I love you, drive safe, text me when you get home, things like that. My friends are really, really special to me. They know who they are, so I think it's really important that we take time and show people that we love them, because you never know. So I want to talk about my Valentine's Day. What did I do Valentine's Day? So I woke up, of course, thank God, and Nate and I had some plans. We were going to go to Rancho Cordova, just because things are a little bit more open over there as far as like indoor dining goes, dining in general. You have the mall, things like that. So we ended up going. We actually had lunch in Sacramento, which is like, you could say it's one of our favorite spots. We recently have gone more because we're now 21 and it's more fun when you're 21. Cantina Alley is in Midtown Sacramento. If you guys haven't been there, 10 out of 10 recommend. It is so good. It's of course Mexican food. However, they do have quite a variety. They have a lot of their stuff is like one item, so you can order like taquitos, or if you order a taco, it's only one taco. So to me, that's kind of annoying, but literally, guys, the food is so good. We also got micheladas, and the micheladas had pork grinds on top, and so good. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's so good. So we had lunch there, and it was super nice. The weather was actually really nice on Sunday, so we were happy that it wasn't raining or too cold or any of that. So that was our lunch, and then we proceeded to go check into the hotel we were staying at for the night, and we had sushi for dinner. Sushi was from Soho Sushi in Rancho Cordova. It was really good. We get like the same kind of rolls we would anywhere. We got like the dragon roll, we got like a hot and something roll, like a spider roll, like the generic rolls that you can get anywhere else, but they taste different at each place, I guess. So that was really fun. My Valentine's Day was really good, and we exchanged gifts, of course. I had been asking for some Converse for a while. I brought it up, and he was like, well, if that's what you want for Valentine's Day, I'll get them for you. And I was like, of course I want those for Valentine's Day. So he got me my black Converse that I wanted. Of course, he got me flowers. He got me a dozen roses, so that was super cute. And then when we went to the mall on Monday after my tournament, we went to the Roseville Galleria Mall. It was actually really busy there. I was shocked at how busy it was. But then I was like, wait, there's no school, so that would explain a lot of it. And then he bought me Lululemon, and I was super happy. He definitely fuels my addiction when it comes to that. He spoils me, so, I appreciate that a lot. But So yeah, so he got me my Converse, and I can't wait to wear them. So the reason I asked for Converse, so here's like my thing about Converse. I think Converse are cute. I think they're great, but when you have a size 11 in women's, like your homegirl here, they look a little funny. Like, especially if, okay, I think white ones are super cute. Like, white Converse are super cute, black Converse super cute. But for some reason, when I put on white Converse, I feel like I look like I'm wearing a size 27. Like, I swear to God, I cannot wear white shoes that are like long. Vans don't look bad on me, but for some reason Converse, I don't know if it's just like the more slim fit or what it is about them, but they look huge on me and I can't. So I got black high top Converse, and of course, like anybody else, I do want to go along with some trends. And as you guys know, like I really like to go to the gym and I really like to lift weights. So what better shoe to lift weights with than a flat pair of Converse? Another thing that works out with Converse for me is I already have a flat foot. So when I wear shoes like certain Nikes that have like a really, really high arch, it honestly bothers my foot because my foot is flat. So shoes like Vans and Converse and Birkenstocks that are more on the flat side, I tend to wear more just because my foot is literally flat. And not for nothing, like, okay, I'm already tall, I'm like 5'9", but when I try to wear wedges or heels of any sort, I swear you would think I'm a deer. Like, I cannot walk in them. I look like a deer. It's just my feet actually hurt. And I know people say like, oh, if you wore them more, you know, like it wouldn't hurt you so much. Absolutely. You're completely right. Am I going to wear them? No, that's just not going to happen. I just personally don't feel, A, the need to wear them, and B, especially not right now, where do we go? And B, like, they're just so uncomfortable. Like I can't. But girls that wear heels, guys that wear heels, you guys are rocking it. And I love it. So, I also want to talk about kind of like, okay, definitely I let loose this weekend. Like, definitely. I was not counting macros. I was not on my diet, I guess you can say. No. Why? Because it's Valentine's Day. Like, come on. I'm going to have chocolate and then more chocolate and chocolate and chocolate. So, but I kind of want to talk about that because it's shifted a lot for me in the past few weeks, especially. So after I was done with my first 30 days of healthy living with Arbonne, and I lost most of my weight doing that, I started to also notice my physique was changing in the sense of I was putting on a lot of muscle. And again, for me and my body, again, everything that I talk about is based off of my own experience and things that I have seen with my body. Of course, your body is 10 times different than mine, so it might not work for you, but I always want to talk about my perspective at least. For me, after I had my knee surgery, I literally lost so much muscle. Like, I have realized that I lose muscle just as fast as I can build muscle. And it's so sad because, like, I feel like building muscle is so hard because you have to, like, lift really heavy and, like, really put yourself in the zone when you're in the gym and get stuff done. But then you lose muscle, like, there's no tomorrow. Like, literally, I lost so much muscle. I couldn't even begin to tell you, like, it was my right knee that I had surgery on, and getting the strength back in my right quad I'm still working on it, and I had surgery January 6th of 2020. So we're already, a year and a few weeks out of surgery, and it's hard coming back from that, but it's also taught me so much about my body, and I would not take it back. I have learned so much about, like, core strength and how important that is, and just having, like, the work ethic and the grind to get back to where I was. And that's really what drives me every time that I go to the gym. When I was in physical therapy, I always had my eye on the prize, you can say. I always had this goal. And especially coming from, like, being an athlete, guys, it was so hard to, like, accept the fact that volleyball wasn't a part of it anymore. Like, at least the playing aspect. At the time, I had just finished playing for 5.5, 6 years, because my 6th year was cut short due to my knee surgery. But it's really hard because as a student athlete, you have a routine. You go to school, you go to practice, you eat in between, you go home, you do your homework, you go to bed, wake up, you do the same thing every single day. Then you have game days. Game days make your days a lot longer, especially if it's an away game, because depending on how far away that game is, you have to drive there, drive home, and then you maybe have homework if you can't focus on the bus. And it's just so hard to... Honestly, doing that is what taught me my time management, because sometimes you would miss class, because you have a away game that's super far, so you would leave early and things like that. So really having a good connection with your professors and making sure that they know, hey, I'm going to be gone, like, is there anything I can do ahead of time, things like that. And for me, accepting that volleyball was no longer a part of me in the playing aspect was really hard. It was a hard pill to swallow for sure. I felt this might be a stretch for some of you, but at the time this is what I felt. I just want to be really honest. I felt as if my purpose was gone. I felt as if I had been doing the same thing for so long that I was like, what even more is there to life? Like, what is left? You know? That sounds so shallow because I'm literally 21 years old, but at the time I had been doing the same thing for 6 years that it almost felt as if that part was taken from me, which it was, but it was also a huge blessing in disguise because when you flip it, I said, you know what? Okay, yes, this happened to me. Yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I had surgery. Yes, I'm knocked down for the next 3 months because I can't drive. I have to go to physical therapy. I'm not as strong as I was. And a lot of things changed. But on the flip side, I was like, you know what? There has to be a reason why this happened to me. You know, and in all honesty, guys, I knew that volleyball wasn't my forever as far as like, you know, maybe transferring out to a D1 school, D2, D3, wherever you go, you know. I knew that wasn't for me already. For me, it was just more of the fact that it ended in a way that I did not plan to end it. I wanted to end playing, you know, like I wanted to finish my season. I wanted to do this and I had my mindset on it, you know, my last year at Delta, make it your all and like make it my own year. And it was taken from me. So that sucked. But when I look back, I was like, no, like I went to Delta, which Delta was so good to me. I love them. I still talk to my, volleyball coach Molly and her husband Kip and even some of the assistant coaches. I still talk to them and they were so good to me. I love them and they taught me a lot, not only about volleyball but just about life in general. And I think they also served me as great connections because I am still coaching. And so it's just, you know, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know, and that's really, really true, guys. So I just had to flip my experience and I was like, you know what, no, because I could sit here and be upset about what happened to me, or I can take it and run. Not literally at the time because I was hurt, but, you know, like take it and run and just like make the best of it and only get stronger. And that's exactly what I did. Like, honestly, so when I had surgery January 6, 2020, I was down for 3 months, out of work for 3 months, so I was receiving disability pay, like the SDI, because obviously I wasn't able to work. I wasn't even able to like literally walk off of crutches for like a really long time. And so I felt like a baby, literally. Like I had Nate taking me places. My grandma would drive me around if my mom couldn't, and my mom would drive me around. I had some friends drive me around. My older brothers would drive me around. Like everything that I wanted or needed to get to, I had to rely on somebody else. Like, you might not appreciate your car right now, but appreciate that car, because I kid you not, I felt like a child. I was like, I cannot do this. This is so irritating. Like, I just want to drive there by myself, and I want to go to Target and walk around Target and not buy anything. That's what I'm going to do. And I couldn't do that. So definitely that experience changed my life for the better, although it did suck in the beginning. I'm not going to lie. I was absolutely heartbroken. I remember going to the doctor's appointment with my mom when they told me, like, hey, you know, here's what's wrong with your leg, and if you ever want to resume to a, not like super athletic, but like an athletic lifestyle that I'm used to, you will need surgery. And I was like, of course, in the doctor's office, I was like, okay, you know, sounds good, thank you. But then I literally walked out the door and just started bawling. I was so heartbroken. It's definitely a moment that I'll never forget, but it's also a moment that it's really pivotal in my life because it changed everything from my daily routine to what I thought my life was for and my purpose and all of that stuff. And now it's completely shifted to, I'm a lot different in the sense of I'm more selfish, you can say, but it's selfish in the right ways. I think I've grown and learned a lot. And as far as my diet goes, that all comes into play because when I was down for the 3 months, of course, like I said, I lost so much muscle, but I also gained a lot of weight. I had never in my life thought that I would be that big. I didn't feel good. I wasn't confident. When I would wear something that, you know, like that I wanted to and I thought was going to look good, and I would put it on and look at myself in the mirror and I'd be like, no, like I can't wear this. Like, I just feel uncomfortable. I feel fat. I feel bloated. I feel this. I feel that. Definitely the negative self-talk was very much present. It was very much a part of my my daily routine, and that was not healthy. I get like weird thinking about it, because like the person that I am today is so different, but it's because I had to go through what I had to go through. And of course, my story is not the worst of the worst things. Like, the worst things could have happened, literally. But in the moment, I did let it get to me. But as soon as I snapped out of it, it became a beautiful story. And so when I talk about myself now, I don't sit here and I'm like, oh, I'm this and I'm great and I'm this and I'm not. But I definitely have a better sense of myself as far as what I want out of life, what I expect from myself. My standards are extremely high for myself, because I have seen myself, go through things that I never thought I would go through, and I've seen myself come out a better person. So my standards are super high. My relationship with food, completely different, and that stems from really evaluating myself and really like narrowing into my goals, and telling myself, what you're eating right now, is that going to get you to the place that you want to be by the end of your fat loss diet, or by the end of the year, whatever your goal is that what you're doing today, is that going to get you to where you want to be? And if you can answer that with yes, fantastic, you are doing what you need to be doing. Now, if your answer is no, then you need to reevaluate what you're doing, because if you really have goals that you want to achieve and you're serious about them, then you need to be doing everything you can every single day. It's not about what you do one day, it's about what you do every single day. It's the consistency that got me to the happier place that I'm in today. And I'm not perfect, and I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm definitely a lot closer than I was last year. And I think that's super cool to say, because that is so funny, because I was just talking to my mom the other day, and I was like, I never really told anybody this, but as I started to lose weight and I started to gain more confidence, I felt like it was okay to talk about it, because I wasn't the same person anymore. But I seriously had accepted the fact that I was fat. Like, I told myself, just accept it. Like, you're going to be fat forever. I would tell myself that. Like, I would try to make myself like be proud of it. Like, Nicole, it's who you are. Like, it's your body type, or it's this and it's that. And that's such bullshit. Like, I can't even believe that I told myself that. And this is coming from me today. Of course, back then I was, that's what I told myself. So what's wrong with that, But now I'm like, how could I sit there and say that to myself? Like, I do not deserve that. And it's things like that I look back and I'm so proud of myself for where I am today. And I hope that, maybe somebody that or maybe it's you, maybe you've told yourself that, or maybe you've told yourself that, but in different ways about, it doesn't have to be about being fat, but, about something else that you're, scared of doing, or you don't think you could do. Maybe that's you. Really think about that, because I have never believed this quote more when they say, like, the only person in your way is yourself. Like, you're the only person stopping yourself from your dreams. Like, that is the bold truth. Like, you can literally do whatever you set your mind to. It's just, you have to find it within yourself, and it's there. It's just, how bad do you want it? And I try to remind myself of that every single day, because I'm not going to lie, there are temptations around me every single day. I live with 2 younger brothers. They don't have no freaking broccoli, brown rice, and ground turkey for dinner. Are you kidding me? They have like 3 cookies a day if they want. They can have ice cream all day, and they don't even put on the weight. It's ridiculous. Like, their metabolism is insanely good. But I think it's important that I came to the realization, like, this is where you are, but that's not where you have to stay. And that's so sad that I say that. I used to really tell myself, like, just accept it, Nicole, like, you're fat. Like, that's it. Like, stop trying, kind of thing. And it's so sad to me, but I'm definitely happy where I'm at with my food relationship. And I still, like I said, if I want to let loose, I let loose, but I'm right back at it, because I really don't feel good if I let loose for too many days. Like, my body's like, what are you doing? And then I'm also, still in school doing the Zoom life, and that's hard as well. I feel very unmotivated at times to log in and stay engaged, when I've noticed, like, being in my room all the time. Like, I used to always want to be in my room because I was gone the whole day at school and then volleyball and games, and I just wanted to relax. And now that all I do is go to work and come back home to do schoolwork, I'm like, God, like, get me out of this room. I leave my window open. I feel like that helps me, like, the sunlight come in. But other than that, it's kind of boring. Like, I'm not motivated like I thought I would be. I never thought I would say I miss going to class, because I miss going to class so bad. That was almost like my reason of going to school. Like, oh, I have to go because so-and-so's going to take attendance, or like, I don't, like, literally, sometimes it depends the class, but certain classes, if you miss class, like, you've literally missed, like, I feel like 3 chapters. Like, it depends the class that you're in, but I had a class like that, and I was like, dude, if I don't go to this one lecture, I'm literally 3 chapters behind. Like, little things like that are motivating. But now, literally, I do not have to be present for any of my classes this semester. None. So they're all like, here's the week content, everything's due by Sunday, do it at your pace. Well, we all know what comes with that. Procrastination. I am the queen of procrastination. And it's kind of sad because, like, not even sad. To me, it's honestly funny because I'm the type of person that's like, I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm going to get this done. This semester, it's on. I'm going to do everything early. Just watch. And then semester starts, week 1 and week 2, solid. Like, everything is perfect. Week 3, 4, and on, everything gets done. Don't worry, everything is done. Everything is done and everything is on time, but it's not early like I said it was going to be. So definitely I do want to focus. That's another thing I need to do. I really need to work on following through the standards that I set when it comes to my schoolwork. And Zoom is hard. I'm not going to lie. Whatever level you're at right now, Zoom is hard. I think I really miss the interaction with people. I miss being in class, having a more structured, lecture, things like that. I feel like the lectures that were given for Zoom are so robotic. Like, I could fall asleep. I don't know. Even if I'm interested, I feel bored. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Let me know. And even if you're not in school, like, just life in general has changed so much, and I feel like it's so important. Like, honestly, guys, like, COVID to me, I know it hasn't been the best to everybody, but if it hasn't been bad to you personally, I feel like you should take some time and really look into yourself, because that's what changed my life. Like, COVID allotted us with so much time. So I feel like if you really just sit down and take a look at yourself, congratulate yourself on what you're doing good, and with the bad part of it, like, try and see what you can do to fix it, because when you're given so much time like this, like, you can do a lot. You can do a lot with it, and you can do something really, really good for yourself. So I really like that I did that for myself, because it's really helped me. But yeah, everything else is going pretty good. I know my boyfriend and I were talking, our anniversary is next month, and I'm super excited. It's like crazy because we've been together. It'll be 8 years next month. 8 years. And every time that we talk about it, we're like, what the heck? Like, we never thought, like, I don't know. It went by so fast, and I've never been happier, at the stage that we're both at right now. I think we're both, really good for each other. I think that we both make each other better. And I just can't wait to see, like, what this year has in store for us and where we end up going. But we were talking, like, oh, like, what should we do? Like, we like to plan trips and stuff. And obviously it's hard to plan trips right now. But we were like, we've always both wanted to go to Oregon and to Seattle. And so that was something we're talking about. If you guys have any, like, recommendations, like, where to go, like, please let me know. We love to, like, to travel together and do things like that. We want to go somewhere different because we always go to LA. Like, I kid you not. I think 2019 or 2018, we literally went to LA like 5 or 6 times. Like, so we're kind of tired of going south. We kind of want to go up north, and I know Oregon is beautiful. Seattle, we've just never been, and we would love to go. So if you guys have any other, like, travel recommendations, even if they're out of the country, like, I love to hear about places that you guys have been that you guys enjoyed, because I love to travel, and I have so many places, like, on my bucket list. Like, we both, for example, want to go to the Philippines so bad. We want to go to Japan so bad. We're also both foodies, and so that comes along, we want to go to Japan. Well, of course we want to, eat the sushi and the ramen and all of it, and we love, like, that's, like, another way that we bond almost. Like, when we go out to eat, like, we love, like, comparing it maybe to like, oh, that ramen spot in San Jose or the ramen spot here or there. And it's like, it's so fun. I love that he's like into food like that, like with me. But honestly, like I had never had ramen until I met him. That's crazy, huh? I had never had ramen until I met Nathaniel. He is a ramen lover. And he always picks good spots, so I'm lucky. But yeah, so I just wanted to do like a catching up video. I feel like my previous videos were, the past 3 have been interviews, and I'm so happy that they were all willing to do it with me, and I love that I was able to help them and support them, and I'm always willing to do that for somebody that I, truly care about and know, and if I don't know them, that's okay if I get to know them. But I'm super happy that that worked out, and I'm glad that you guys liked the videos. We got so many views on my videos, and I was so happy for them because it also grows their brand, That was my whole point in doing that. I wanted them to to reach a different audience, And so I just want to say thank you for, continue to support me in my journey of my podcast. I will be uploading on Monday of next week, even though today is Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys have a great day, and never forget that whatever stage you are in life right now, there is always more.